to the Seattle Restaurant Week, I'm going to visit 2 more restaurants. And this one is called Ginger and Scallion. And actually they have a sister restaurant that is called Secretcongee. So Ginger and Scallion, they actually serve chicken rice. And they have different flavor from classic, drunken, and barbecue. So I'm going to try all of them today. Then tomorrow, I'm going to their congee place, and they have a lot of secret ingredients and flavors for those. So yeah, let's check out how it tastes. Once I sit down, they give us this chrysanthemum tea, which is the special for today. I think I really need that because spring in Seattle has been very bad for my allergy, and I need something to make me feel better. I'm very happy because the owner and chef, he really wants to share his story with us about Ginger and Scallion and secretcongee.
Hey, so thanks for having me. Well, basically, I'm JP. I'm basically just started this restaurant not too long ago, maybe like 4 months. Secretcongee was about 2 years old, and we're excited to have you guys come in and just get a bit of a story. Yeah.
So if my audience come here and then try out your food, which dish would you recommend, or the most popular one?
Well, it's hard because everybody is different. For me personally, what I always go for here at Ginger and Scallion is drunken chicken, but you always go for the dark meat because it's more juicy, it's just a little bit softer. Whereas like if you go for the white meat, you know, it's a little bit dry. Even he's got excited. But go for the drunken chicken with dark meat and eat all the sauces. And then that's why you're here. Actually, I think it's probably something that reminds me of how I grew up eating some of the foods that I had back in Thailand. But for the most part, yeah, I mean everything here. It's not perfect, but we are at least trying to get something out there and just improve along the way.
What about secretcongee? What is special about the congee that you have?
Actually, there's nothing special about it. I'll be honest. But what I wanted to do for congee is to create some kind of an environment where people can just come in and have an Asian breakfast. I want to create something different, and I want to push the idea that there's so much more than just eggs and bacons for breakfast. So if you think about it for a second, congee is something that every Asian country has. So if you go to Japan, they call it okayu. If you go to Korea, they call it juk. Thailand, we call it juk as well. So many variations, and I hope it's a good start to this sort of new Asian breakfast movement, especially here in the States, where if you travel to like every major city in the country, the things that people think of when they think of like Asian breakfast would be dim sum, but that's only one category, but there's so much more. And so hopefully what I'm doing here will be something that also inspire other restaurateurs to create something new, so we all can benefit from it.
Yeah, because what you just told me is like very comforting food.
Yes.
And I'm from Hong Kong, right?
Yes.
So Chinese food, when I don't feel well or when I just want to take a break for my stomach, right? I'll eat some congee.
Yeah.
And then chicken rice, definitely. I can probably eat that every day.
Every other day.
Yeah,
once a
so
week.
you set my expectation really high on everything that you talked about. Right. So I'm going to try it.
Right, so what we have here is a very classic, I'll say, Southeast Asian, but many places also eat Hainanese chicken rice. But basically it originated in Hainan. It's like an island in China. But then I think it's made famous in Singapore, where every stall that you walk into serve different kinds of Hainanese chicken rice. So what we have here, for example, is more like a Thai-inspired. This is just very basic. It's this classic dark meat with shredded scallion, size of cucumbers garnish. The rice is it's basically jasmine rice. It's made with chicken fat and chicken broth, and all these things takes time to make. It looks simple, but it's quite time-consuming and complicated. This is our dark meat with drunken chicken sauce. See goji berries, cilantro, scallion, cucumbers, a bit of sesame oil dressing on top. And I think most places, when you go to get chicken rice, they don't actually give you 4 sauces. And in addition to that, we actually do give you guys unlimited sauces. The sauces, I think, are what make this dish so unique. So start with this one, which is our sort of like the baseline sauce, which is ginger and scallion sauce. This is made with fresh ginger, chopped scallion, and the oil is basically rice bran. So it's a higher quality oil, and it has more of a neutral smell. So it goes well with these 2 ingredients. This is also one of our unique sauces, spicy herb sauces. It's more common in Thailand. So it's mostly like lime juice, chili, garlic, ginger, cilantro roots. And all these things are, when you combine them together, it just creates that profile where it goes so well with the chicken. It cuts all that fatty, sort of greasy taste with that refreshing notes of chili and ginger, garlic, and cilantro. Now for a lot of you guys in like Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, this is more common. This is called we call it pickled chili, but it's basically sambal. And it's chili mixed with vinegar, a bit of ginger, a bit of sugar there. It's really nice. These 2 are about the same spicy level. It's very spicy. A lot of kids love this. This is sweet soy sauce. It's basically soy sauce, and we mix it with rice vinegar, a bit of brown sugar, so it creates that sort of a molasses effect. So it has like a really not thin soy sauce, but a little bit thick. And when you put it on top of the rice and chicken, it just tastes wonderful.
Wow, pretty much. I order all the chicken. So this is the drunken chicken, this is the classic, and this is the barbecue. And let me try the drunken one. And they said, if you come here, you definitely have to try this one. So I'll dip it into this thick soy sauce. It's very tender. Let me try this spicy sauce. Oh, I definitely like this one. It really lightens up the chicken.
Okay.
Wow. I'm at a chicken rice place. Of course, I have to eat the rice. I can smell the ginger. This is really well cooked, and it has a lot of flavor. Let me try the classic one with the ginger and scallion. This one definitely can have a little bit more taste. Let me try with a different sauce. The sambal. Oh, this one is good. Spicy is always better. This broth is peppery and it's not too salty, and it goes very well with the chicken and the rice. And it's a very comforting soup. Now, let me try the barbecue chicken. Smells really good. And this time I will do the ginger and scallion plus the soy. I like that they use the chicken breast because everything is so meaty. But the skin is at this curry taste and is roasted pretty well. Now, I really like the drunken chicken because it uses the 15-year Shaoxing wine to cook, and it has more sauce, so definitely is more juicy. I expect a chicken rice place would have this, but it looks so good. Let me take a bite. So this cheesecake is less cheesy, but more like jelly flavor or texture. And the matcha that they use must be very high quality because I can really taste it. So let me try this one. This is the Thai tea tres leche. Ooh. Wow, let me get some of these Thai tea. Wow, I was expecting it would be very sweet, but this is just the right sweetness, and it's very, the sponge, right, absorb all the Thai tea, and it's so good. I actually like this one more than the matcha cheese.
willing to try congee, and so it's just a start. And I hope the mission here is to have people do something new.
JP, so can you tell me more about what's some special congee here?
So start with the basic, which is a Thai meatballs congee. It's how I grew up eating, basically. This is a very traditional option for if you say you go to certain parts of Thailand and you have these stalls with no names. It's like a little stall on the street, but they're selling just one type of congee, and that's usually the meatballs congee. When we started, I wanted to bring the flavors of that thing that I remember as a kid here, and make it as a baseline so people know like this is how it was, how it's been for a traditional congee that I grew up eating, and it still remains my favorite of all time. So that's one. And then we have another facet of congee creativity, and I would say for most people they would tend to go for the spicy tom yum flavor congee. So it has like a wild Gulf shrimp, so everything we use, so to speak, is not conventional product. It's more like wild caught seafood, something a little bit more hard to find. Back to the tom yum congee. It is a tom yum sauce, like spicy and sour and just really umami. Mix it with the congee base, and we put some fresh herbs on top. Herbs that, like for example, lime leaves, cilantro, ginger, scallion, all these things are, when combined together, just makes a perfect sense instead of just, congee with soy sauce. Someday you have a different craving for different flavors, and this might be it. The spicy tom yum congee, maybe with a cold beer, some hot summer day sometimes. It's just a perfect combination.
Too crunchy. Wow. And then they just freshly fried it, so everything is so fresh. And actually, I counted the number of scallops in this congee, and it's 8 pieces. So there's a lot of scallop for a relatively medium bowl of congee. They Seattle Restaurant Week brought me to a few places that I've never been to before, and I was really surprised by the quality of the food. So for example, this Ginger and Scallion and Secret Congee, actually they are 2 restaurants owned by the same family, and I can really feel the warmth and the high quality of the food because they cook with their heart, and it really elevates the Asian food scene or the overall food scene in Seattle. And don't forget to subscribe, because in a few weeks I'm going to reveal a new series about how some of the great food are made behind the scenes in Seattle. So let me know in the comments, where would you visit next year for the Seattle Restaurant Week, or what are some of the new